Hello, gorgeous. This episode is brought to you by Wine Mermaid Tiffany, now a.k.a. Tipsy Merlot, Burlesque Wineaux. One sip and you'll be soft. Okay, so I'm still working on the character in those taglines. But anyway, that is Tipsy Merlot. She is my alter ego who will somewhere be dancing burlesque sometime quite soon. She is the one who inspired me to bring you this fun little pop-up episode on the topic of Merlot today. In the words of Paul Giamatti's character Miles from Sideways, if anyone orders Merlot, I am leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot. Oh, poor Merlot. I can't remember if the movie clarified the reason behind these harsh words from Miles, but apparently in the book, it was a reference to Miles' ex-wife, who he disliked. Her favorite wine was Merlot, therefore he wanted nothing to do with Merlot. And that kind of had a sad effect on the Merlot market, or at least what has been known as the sideways effect, which led to a decline in Merlot sales and an increase in Pinot Noir sales, which was the drink of choice in the movie. You may have heard this if you've seen the movie Sideways, but I wanted to know if it was true or if it was just cultural lore that we'd all kind of heard. And so I did a little bit of research. And on the Sideways Wikipedia page, it says these interesting facts about the impact of Sideways on the wine industry. Of course, now that I'm trying to bring it to you, my computer is not being cooperative. Let's see. Can I get back up there? Oh, dear. All right. Well, I will get that to you just a minute. Let me put a pause in here so you don't have to wait for me to locate it. Okay, I found it. The impact on the wine industry, according to Wikipedia's Sideways page, is that a study in 2009 by Sonoma State University said that after Sideways, the Merlot sales volume and its price both started to drop in the region. But somewhere else, they also found that Merlot had already been overplanted and was already declining. So perhaps Sideways was just the nail in the coffin for Merlot, at least for a period of time. And the industry also attributes the rise in popularity of Pinot Noir to the Sideways effect. In 2014, there was a study by the Vineyard Financial Associates who estimated that Sideways cost Merlot farmers over $400 million in lost revenue in the decade after its release, although the study admits that it was a speculative finding. So I don't know if they can totally blame the movie for that. But following the film's release in 2004, it says that Merlot sales dropped 2%, while Pinot sales increased 16%. So those were some interesting facts about the Sideways effect. And let's now turn to some fun facts about Merlot in general. These come from Wine Folly. And we have 5 Merlot facts. Number 1, Merlot is second most planted grape in the entire world next to Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet is one of my favorites and one that I drink quite frequently, although I have decided to pick up a couple cheap bottles of Merlot when I was out shopping this weekend in anticipation of doing this episode. Now, that wasn't probably a fair trial since they were, as I said, extremely cheap bottles, but I think that we should all maybe give Merlot a little more of a chance. Number 2, Merlot is the most planted variety in Bordeaux. So Bordeaux is actually a region in France and also a type of grape. So they plant Bordeaux grapes in Bordeaux, but it is also a place where they plant other grapes as well. Now, number 3, Cabernet Franc, another varietal, is the father of Merlot. They ask, do you know who the mother is? It's a rare grape called Magdalene Noir de Charente, which is an old esoteric variety discovered through DNA testing. Who knew they could DNA test wine? Number 4, Merlot translates to mean little blackbird in an old regional French dialect. And number 5, Petrus, one of the most highly coveted and counterfeited wines on this planet, is made almost entirely of the Merlot grape. And apparently those bottles of wine can range between $2,000 and $5,000 a bottle. I was recently at a fancy, fun dinner place, restaurant, I guess you might call it, a place where you go and they give you food, in Orange, California, called The Hobbit. My husband took me for our anniversary. It was a really cool experience. You get to go into what is really this old house in the middle of sort of an industrial commercial area. You can tell that other things were built up around it, and the house has history and remains from quite a while ago. And you get there and you go upstairs if you get there early, and you go into one of the bedrooms upstairs, and it's a bar, and so you get to enjoy a cocktail if you wish, and take it downstairs onto the terrace. And then at 7 o'clock, I think, or I don't remember the exact timing, but prior to dinner, the dinner bell, they'd take you downstairs into the wine cellar, and you're surrounded by all of these beautiful bottles of wine, some of which were at least $2,500. I was careful not to lean too far in that direction. And we enjoyed some champagne and hors d'oeuvres, and then you go upstairs and they seat you, and we, of course, chose the wine pairing with the meal, which means that they bring you a different wine with every course of the meal as well. So needless to say, we took a cab there and did not drive ourselves, but that was very fun. And I believe Merlot might have been one of the wines that they poured that night as well. I don't remember why I got off track. Just the cost of the bottles. Yes, I was telling you about the Petrus bottle, and that we were fortunate to have the experience of staring at a $2,500 bottle of wine, and also fortunate enough not to knock it over. So those are some fun facts about Merlot this week. If you're interested in giving Merlot a chance, whether it's Tipsy Merlot or you want to bust open a bottle, you can go to my website, peaceloveandwine.com, click on Shop Wine, and that will take you to my One Hope wine site, where every bottle makes an impact. Every bottle has a charitable contribution affiliated with it, and our Merlot goes towards a nonprofit which educates people on their risk of heart disease. So that's a little fun way to have sort of a full impact experience with wine if you want to go to the shop and know that not only do you get to try a new wine, but you also get to help somebody else through your purchase. Additionally, if you'd like to support the show, you can join the official Peace, Love, and Wine Club currently by going to our Patreon page, which is at patreon.com/peaceloveandwine. That's patreon.com/peaceloveandwine. And you can support us for as little as $1 a month. It helps us with the costs and time of producing the show. And as we get more patrons, we're trying to get to our first 5 right now, we will add more perks and special benefits specifically for the Peace, Love, and Wine Club members. Eventually, I will update my website as well so that you can choose other ways to join the club. But for now, the easiest way is just to go to patreon.com/peaceloveandwine. Cheers to you. Happy Sunday. This has been a special edition of the Peace, Love, and Wine podcast. Bye.